What is up, everybody? Today I'm back with another video for the chess drop. Today I'm going to be showing you how to play the aggressive Scotch Gambit. So stick around for the end, and I'm going to show you a very aggressive gambit to completely destroy your opponents. So, how the Scotch Gambit starts is e4, e5. This happens a lot, very popular. Knight f3, knight c6, and instead of bringing out your bishop and playing an Italian, you're going to play d4. Just straight up fight for the center. And we're going to look at takes first, if they take this pawn. Now, when they take, we're not going to take back, and then they take, and we take that. That's a Scotch game, but we're going to be looking at the Scotch Gambit. For the Scotch Gambit, it requires you to play bishop c4. And just you're targeting quick development instead of going for the center, and you'll be down a pawn, but it is what it is. So, first we'll look at bishops. The bishop coming out to these squares right here. It's not good for it to come out here because it blocks in this pawn right here, so this bishop will have a hard time getting out. And then we'll look at the knight coming out, and we'll look at some other things later. So, if they block, or if they try to check you, might be an annoying move, you can just block. When they take, you take back and attack the bishop. Now, they only have one correct move with this bishop out of all their squares. They can't take or go here because that just hangs the bishop. They can't go here because you just sacrifice the bishop right on them. And when they take, you have this haymaker attacking that king. And when they slide back, instead of taking the bishop, you throw in this little in-between move, making them block that. So then when you take, that rook is now exposed, and you can go for some attack like that. Now, if we come back here, and for some reason they do not take the bishop or come forward, that's fine. You can just retreat your bishop back here, and now you're just back to even material. You're much ahead in development, 2 more pieces, and your queen is much more active. And this king cannot castle because, well, he did not take the bishop. So now, that is what happens if the bishop comes here. Now, let's say it goes back. Once again, it's just bad because this pawn is locked in, and this bishop's not coming out. And maybe they come back here. Well, that is a mistake as well because you have this move, queen d5, threatening a checkmate, scholar's mate right on the spot. And this is their only way to defend it, in which you just can take that knight, and then they have to castle. You save the bishop, and now your bishops are out. You're up 2 points in material, and you can just simply castle and go on a monstrous attack on that king. Now, that is what happens if that happens, and sometimes they might not even notice how to save this, and you'll just get a straight up checkmate. Like, they might try to run away, and you can just check them, and then this is a hilarious checkmate. Like, the king is completely suffocated by his own pieces. So, that is what happens. That bishop cannot go to these 3 squares. He can go all the way back, but now, like, what is bro doing? Is he setting up his pieces for the next game? Like, what the heck? He has 1 piece out, and we're, like, completely ready to demolish him. We can castle in that position. So, their one good move is to bring the bishop back and retreat. It's pretty popular. I bet it gets played a lot. But still, it is not exactly easy for them. You will castle, and if they bring out their knight or anything like that, you have bishop a3. Like, what a move. This king cannot castle. This bishop's just cutting him off, and maybe he's saying, well, fine, I just want to castle. Just let me get out of the center. Well, you can play like polymorphy and just completely break open this center. Now, if he takes, which is a mistake, you have queen b3. Setting up this battery, you're going to attack that king. Like, just completely attack him. Bishop e6 is the best move for them in this position. They might try saving it like this with queen d7. But then you have rook d1. Get that queen out of here. And the queen cannot go here. It can't go here because of the sniper bishop. Because if it goes here, you'll just grab that bad boy. And, yeah, so it doesn't really have a way to defend that pawn. So, the best move for them is to take this rook. Just queen takes d1. Some people will be like, I'm going to save my queen. And now I'm fine, because if you take this, I'll just run away. Well, this is actually a hilarious checkmate, because of this bishop cutting the king off, and this rook cutting the king off. And this bishop is defended by the queen. So, he is completely stuck there. So, now we know what happens to do when they bring that bishop out. That is how you attack the bishop coming out. So, now let's look at if the bishop comes here. This is considered one of the main lines, and you'll go for the same move again. You'll trade the pawns, and this is actually a mistake for them, because once again, you sacrifice the bishop. And if they take, it's super similar as earlier. Queen d5, attack that king. When he goes back, if he doesn't go back, like, if he just plays this, you just pick up the bishop with a check, and they'll block. Your queen will retreat, and you'll be fine, or you can just pick up that pawn. But if the king comes back to e7, which will be played a lot, you throw in this in-between move because it opens up this rook. And now when you take, if they want to like trade queens, they're like, man, this queen's annoying, he's doing so much damage. I'll just trade with him, that's fine. Then you will just take this pawn, and now that rook is under attack, which is trouble for them. And they can save it like this. But most people will be like, wait a minute, I can pick up this free pawn. But that's a mistake because you play a hilarious move. You play king d1. You're threatening to play rook e1 and pin that queen to the king. And they're just like, well, it's fine. I'll just throw this in between check. But then once you block with the bishop, that rook is still hanging. There's no way for them to save it. So when they bring out that bishop like that, that is what you do. You give them that. Now, you may be thinking, what if they bring out the knight? Well, it's very simple. When they bring out the knight, you will push and attack that knight. Now, the knight doesn't want to go back because that's just way too passive. He's setting up for the next game again. And he can't come forward because we will attack him like that. He could go here and then hop this way. But people will be like, wait, this is a good move because I attacked this pawn twice and I saved myself. Well, that's actually losing to bishop takes once again. Sacrificing that bishop is very popular in this opening. If you like sacrificing pieces, this is the opening for you. And if that king takes, which is very common because otherwise you can just retreat and be up point, so you're fine. Then you will bring out this knight with a check. And when the king hides here, you actually do not take the knight. Psych, you look like you mouse slipped. King f3, and they'd be like, oh, great, he mouse slipped. I'll save my knight. Well, sucker, we have this check, and the king cannot move. They'd be like, wait, I can block. Nope, checkmate. Maybe they're like, and that is their only move. So instead of taking the knight, that's what you do. They might be like, well, actually, I can save it like this. Well, you can just play queen d5, and actually, the queen can't block because this is a hilarious checkmate, and the queen can't block like this because the knight is here, and you will be up lots of material. Now, you do not, if the king goes back to, if you play this and the king goes back to e7, you do not want to throw in this check because the king or the queen can easily come out and block that very simply. So you will just take that knight and be happy with that. They can go like this, you can retreat, and be happy with that position. Now, so when you go forward, you retreat, and you will take the knight. Whoops. So, yeah, you check, and then when they go back, you take the knight, and it is a completely equal position, but you have this pawn in the center, and it's much easier for you to attack. So, that is what happens when the knight comes out. What happens if they try declining the defense? Like, instead of taking the pawn in this position, they're like, this might be risky, it's a gambit, yada, yada, yada. Well, they might try push to protect the pawn. You can push and attack the knight, and it can come forward, and you can do lots of damage like that. You can play bishop e3, and just bring out and kind of just leave it and go for like a almost London system kind of setup. But I think it's just super simple. You just take, when they take back, you take their queen, which they don't want to take with the knight because this loses their pawn, and that's just winning for you. Now you're up a pawn, much ahead in development, and they don't want to really take with their king because now they can't castle. So, but most often they will take with their king because they don't want to lose a pawn. Now, when they do that, you are going to attack this knight, and the knight can try to like run away like that, but once again, it just hangs the pawn. So they don't want to do that. They might be like, I'll just defend my knight. But then after takes, you take and are attacking the bishop. And they're like, well, I don't want to trade. I'll just take the pawn. Now we're equal and we're fine. But they got forked. So that is that problem for them. And that is what happens when they try declining defense by bringing out that pawn. So maybe they might try bringing the knight like this, defending that. Well, in this case, you do attack the knight. You will attack that knight and boot it out of here. They might try coming forward, but you just take this pawn, and this knight is now hanging. So, and then what's even crazier is the knight can't go anywhere. These two pawns, knight can't come here, this pawn controls it. He can't come here, this pawn controls it. He can't go here, the bishop controls it. And he can't come forward because of our fortress. So that knight is actually trapped, which is crazy. He could go like this to try to defend it, but you just play c3, and it's the same situation. So now you know he can't come forward, so he might try going back. Well, in that case, you can take the pawn. They'll be like, well, I'll just take this pawn as well, and then I can take that pawn next. Well, this is kind of losing for them, because you can play queen e2, attack this knight. And the best move for them is to defend, but most people would just be like, I'll just bring my knight back. I don't want to do this and weaken my king, because that's bad. But so most people will bring their knight back. But then you can push forward, threatening this knight. And if they take, they are pretty much doomed, because you will bring the knight back and attack this pawn. Now, it looks like they have many ways to defend it, but they do not, because this knight can't come forward because it is pinned down to the king. The queen can come here, but you simply play this, and this is monstrous. Like, if they're just like, because they have no more ways to defend this, the bishop can't come out, the knight can't move, they're just completely hopeless to defend. And if they're like, well, I'll just kill my bishop, I'll be fine. Well, then you can play knight takes with a check, and when the king comes here, this is a crazy move. Not only do you fork them, you let open a discovered attack on the queen. So you will take the queen, they will take, and then they will resign in anger. So, they might, that is their only move. They might try, like, escaping the queen way here, but then it's very simple. Knight takes with a check, and you fork them once again. So, there you have it, the Scotch Gambit. I'm going to play a game online, so stick around so you can see how it works in-game. Okay, so we have a Scotch Gambit here. Let's bring out our bishop and see how they respond. Opponent's thinking, trying to decide how he wants to play against this. My guess is he'd expect me to take, and then he would take, and I would take back, and it'd be like a center game. Now he is thinking, okay, he goes with the main line, bringing out his bishop. We know what to do when the bishop comes out. We give him the pawn. And if he takes, we get to go with our Haxo Gambit. Sacrifice! Can you sacrifice the bishop? Very nice, very nice. We remember what to do, whether he takes or not. So he takes, very nice. So we go here. Let's attack that king. Now, let's see if he goes back. He doesn't really want to go to these two squares because I can, like, take with a check. So my guess is he will go back, and then we will have this, and he'll probably push. Okay, very nice. Now let's go like this. Attack that king. Now, here's a quick tip for the Scotch Gambit. Do not trade your queens and all your heavy pieces, like your rooks and stuff like that. Because if you do that, you will have nothing to attack with. And we need our pieces to attack. You need your pieces to attack. So don't trade in this game. Now we're attacking that rook, which is nice for us. At some point, we will have to play chess. We're down a pawn, but nothing on his queen side is developed. We have everything developed except one piece. Okay, he's attacking our queen, but that's no problem for us. I think we can go here, because then if the knight blocks here, we take. Queen takes, we take, and the rook is not trapped. So we don't exactly want that. And let's see here. We can't exactly. We can probably just retreat our queen like this to safety, castle, and bring out our knight. So he does bring out his knight like that. We can go like this. Takes. Go for some sort of attack. But not liking that. If the queen comes forward, then we can always just take that knight for free. Maybe we put a second attacker on the knight so when we take, he doesn't want to take back. Yeah, I like that. But then he can go here. Well, that kind of hangs a pawn. But then does he have something discovered? Nope. I think we're good. Let's go like this. Now, we'll have to defend it a second time. He'll probably bring his rook over, but then he can't castle. Which, actually, he can't castle anyway. He already accepted my gambit. So, one nice thing about sacrificing your bishop is now he can't castle. So, takes. That doesn't work. No discovered. Let's just castle. And now we should be able to break open the center and go for some crazy attack on this king. Like, push, takes, or even actually queen takes here. Yeah, we have to have something. Okay, my opponent just blundered, because if I take, no matter what takes back, the bishop is hanging. So, very nice. This gambit is just so tricky. It's just so aggressive and so tricky to play against. I think he's realizing his mistake now. So, now we can just break open the center, bring all our pieces to the party, and completely destroy that king. If you're enjoying, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And like and subscribe if you want to see more of this stuff. It will get you notified when I post, so you can see more awesome videos like this. Okay, very interesting. He's defending his bishop and moving his queen, but now I'm just up 2 points of material. And I can't move my bishop because it's pinned down to my queen. So it's very interesting. Push takes with check. Mate? What is this? Push takes, defends the bishop. Right? Or am I missing something? At some point, you do have to play chess. Gotta know how to calculate. But you can always use the opening as a way to get you an advantage. So that is why it's important to study openings. Okay, he doesn't take. So now do we have takes? Maybe we play this, because if pawn takes, or knight takes, this pins the queen. Because now if takes, still can't take that. And if he can never take this because it just hangs that. I think rook e1 is good. Yeah, because now if takes, that pins the queen, which is guarded by this, and he can never just take the knight to remove the defender. He can just take the knight now, which I'm actually fine with, because then I just take with my queen, and then I can just remove my queen from the pin. I actually probably should remove my queen from the pin now. Like, I should have played something like this, so my queen isn't pinned down. It's just this pawn with the takes is annoying, so. Okay, takes. We can take with the knight, and if knight takes, he does have rook takes, I think. But then we have to have something. Rook takes. Do we have, like, takes and then some sort of check? Wait. Takes, check. Wait, how do I attack the queen? Takes with a check. Oh, wait, this is actually crazy. Takes back, takes with a check, and then we take the queen. That's insane. I'm sorry if my calculations are confusing you, but wow, that is a crazy line. And if takes, we just take the queen, take this, and then take this and pin it to the bishop. Oh my goodness. That might be like my greatest calculation ever. Okay, opponent's taking a while to think. I like that as someone I'm facing someone who's 848, so. Remember to stop and think, ladies and gentlemen. It'll win you a lot more games. Also, put a comment down below what you want to see next from me. If you want some special series or something like that, or more videos like this teaching you how to play openings. Also, I might just have like this and just win the rook. I don't understand how my opponent is calculating so well. Like, how's an 850 calculating this well? Because it's crazy. Takes, check, takes. That's an insane sequence. And I'm just up 4 points of material right now, so if he doesn't take, like, takes with the knight, I feel like takes. Wow! He brings the rook over. I can't take, because he'll take me with a checkmate. Check. Where's the king go? Here? But don't we have, like, takes with a check, and then after takes, we take the queen? Wait. What is this line? Check. King here. Check. Pawn takes. Takes the queen with check. Takes, and... So what am I losing? I lose a knight, and I get the queen. That's absurd. My opponent has 35 seconds left, so as long as I'm playing faster than him, I should be able to win this. Now, he can't come to either of these squares. Okay, wow. This is absurd. Check. Has to take. Take. If he takes with the king, I can't take the rook. But he'll probably take with the bishop. Okay, I hung back rank mate, which is stupid. Because, yeah. So, I hung back rank mate. So, I'm just going to take this. My opponent has 18 seconds. Can't believe I hung back rank mate after that. But, I mean, it is what it is. My opponent has 10 seconds. I got 30. I should just be able to win on time. Gotta have something like a check here. Nope, that's not it. Let's go like this. Gotta save the knight. Let's attack the bishop. Can see if he takes. Okay, we'll take the bishop. Now we should just be able to promote, right? Or will the knight save it? Oh, I could have taken the knight. Whatever. Okay, opponent has 2 seconds. 1 second. And take the knight. And there you have it. This Scotch Gambit. Thank you. Oh my gosh, 2 brilliant moves. That's crazy, bro. Okay. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys another time. Peace out.